Dude, that was such a
podcast.
McDonald's has some heaters, bro.
McDonald's does have some heaters.
The Grimace Shake was huge.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about it on this week's episode of Off the Clock. Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Clock. I'm Alex.
I'm Cory.
And it is a cold Friday.
It is, actually. I'm kind of chilly, so that's why I'm like all bundled up.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a cold front roll through because I think there was some rain that ended up hitting us.
Oh, yeah.
It's our first episode recording after ICC.
Yeah.
I ended up going. Cory did not.
No, I had to make sure it was all handled back here in Tampa.
You had to hold it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's important.
For town and country.
Of course.
But yeah, I was at ICC alongside, I believe, 32 of our chapter members, which is insane. We were like the third largest group there. I think there was one university that had, I think, 37 pull up, which is crazy.
Do you know what it was?
I want to say it's Michigan. It was whatever it was. They ended up winning the t-shirt competition.
Montana.
Maybe. Whoever it was, they ended up winning the t-shirt competition because it's
just a popularity contest.
I mean, yeah, if everyone votes for themselves, like you can say people don't vote for yourselves, but if everyone votes for themselves,
yeah, I didn't understand how the t-shirt competition worked.
So basically, there are a few different things that happen at ICC. ICC, for those who are not informed, we talked about it a little bit last episode with Tabitha, one of our vice presidents. You can check that episode out. There's a little link up there. But ICC is the International Collegiate Conference, where every collegiate chapter of AMA ends up getting together for a little conference in New Orleans for 3 days. It's meant for professional development. There's a few different competitions that happen at the event, and it's also like a celebration of, hey, you guys have been doing great work. Let's recognize your great work. So the t-shirt competition was one of the competitions that they had.
Which one did we end up submitting for our t-shirt competition?
I don't think it's one that you've seen before.
What? Wait, what?
Our t-shirt, and there's going to be a picture up on screen. I'm making this a little harder on myself for editing, but it's fine. Our t-shirt was like beige with a mechanical bull on the front of it, like a bull that's a robot, because the theme of this year's ICC was evolve. So it's like we're the bulls and we're evolving.
That makes sense.
Into robotics.
We had the man, right? Didn't we have the man that it was evolving?
We did have the man that was evolving.
Why don't we have like a bull Animorph?
Actually, that would be kind of sick.
Like,
dude, Animorph covers back in the day,
bro.
I feel like see. This is why you should have submitted a design, because it was.
Yeah, I would have been able to submit the design.
Hey, listen, it's crowdsourced, you know.
Yeah, a bull Animorph would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Even if the theme isn't evolved next year, that's some free sauce for anybody that's that's an underclassman that wants to submit that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to credit me or anything. It's all good. You stand on the shoulders of giants.
Marketing brain is hard at work, but
yeah. Speaking of marketing brain, we talked about ICC for like 4 episodes.
We did.
So I'm steering the conversation away from that. We can come back, but
okay.
I want to talk about the Minecraft movie. I didn't go to see it.
Chicken Jockey.
I didn't go to see it. Yeah, I didn't go to see it. Alex did. Mm-hmm. Our friends did. I don't like going to movies. I don't like the theater. The people there, it's dirty in the theater, and the people there are dirty in the theater. And they're dirty on the inside too.
Their souls are dirty because they're going out and they're enjoying a cinematic experience.
I don't like that. No, I did not go. But I do think the Minecraft movie is very silly. Yeah,
the Minecraft movie, it's doing way better than most projections. I believe it had the best opening, like box office wise, for a video game movie ever.
Yeah.
I want to say beating out it had to be one of the Sonic movies or the Mario movie.
Or like
best opening.
Like Free Guy or like Ready Player
Free Guy
1
doesn't count.
I don't know.
Ready Player 1 definitely doesn't count.
Who cares?
Beating out that Warcraft movie from like forever ago.
Oh, nah, that movie was buns. That movie was hot buns.
Dude, we used to be in the trenches. We had Warcraft. We had the Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich.
I don't even know about that.
Yeah, it was.
We should get a StarCraft movie.
That'd be hard.
Nobody even plays that game anymore.
Well, there's a Legend of Zelda movie coming out.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Shigeru Miyamoto is working very close with Avi Arad, the Sony guy, who apparently ruined Spider-Man.
Yo, this is for movie guys.
Yeah, this is for movie guys. This is deep into the sauce. But video game movies, I think. Okay, so it's so weird seeing the reaction to the Minecraft movie because it feels like if all the memes around Morbius were just like a real thing.
Everyone actually went because they wanted to experience. Yeah, the way that what I wanted to talk about was how the movie is gonna come out on streaming in like 4 months, 5 months, where people that did not go to see it in the theater are gonna watch it and be like, "Yo, this movie buns. This movie low key buns."
Okay,
but it was really fun to watch in the theater because the theater experience, right? Everybody was there. Everyone's yelling. Everyone's like quoting the movies, whatever.
It's crazy. It came out last week, right? So we're recording this on the Friday. It came out last week, last Thursday. My brother goes to see it opening night on the Thursday.
Yeah.
And he's sending me the little rundown, like while I'm at ICC. He's like, dude, this might have been the best theater experience of my life.
Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah, because it's like crowds are the loudest that they've ever been since like Spider-Man No Way Home or like Avengers Endgame, or low-key Five Nights at Freddy's if you saw the right showings. I guess Five Nights at Freddy's might have had a pretty good opening,
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it at home.
Yeah, because I think they premiered it on Peacock same day, which ate into the box office profits. That's something I think happened also to like a few HBO movies when they were doing like same day stuff on Max, which doesn't make sense.
Yes, dude, Max.
Dude, yes. HBO Max, bro.
I love Max.
Dude, they're getting rid of Adventure Time, bro.
That's messed up.
Yeah. But he was giving me the rundown, and he was like, dude, when Chicken Jockey happened, everybody screamed.
Yeah.
And everyone's popping off over everything. Like he went Flint and Steel, and everyone goes, yeah. He went
Flint and Steel.
The overworld.
Yeah.
Lava chicken.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know anything about the movie almost at all. I don't really know why Jason Momoa is there. I don't really know why any of the other like kids are there. You know what's
crazy is Jason Momoa's character in that movie has so much chemistry with Jack Black that you feel like there's like a homosexual romance going on there.
That's so funny.
They do literally 69 in the movie.
Okay, Rodell told me about that.
Yes.
Rodell, friend of the show, my roommate, went to go see it with Alex.
Yes, it was me, Rodell, and our other friend of the pod, Blake.
Yeah. It sounded like a very fun theater experience. I just don't like going to the theater.
That's fair.
They freak me out.
That's fair.
There's dirty people there.
People are saying it's like the Gen Z version, or I guess the Gen Alpha version, depending on I don't know what the crossover is. It's like young Gen Z, old Gen Alpha of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Which do you know about Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Dude, no. I just know that like every insufferable like theater kid I know is like, oh my god, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh my god, you gotta watch it.
So Rocky Horror Picture Show,
I'm not gonna watch it.
For the uninitiated, is basically it's like there's a series of cultural like
touchstones.
Yeah, there's a series of cultural touchstones in the way of film. It was one of the first like super big cult classic like LGBT movies because it's so many gay people in that movie. But also it encourages crowd participation where there's either live Rocky Horror Picture Show where it's people on stage performing the movie, or it's they go to see it as a movie and there's like things that you're supposed to say at certain times to interact with the movie even though you're just sitting there watching the movie.
Okay, can we analyze why I hate that?
I think you just think it's cringe.
Yeah, no, it's probably that. Because like in the Minecraft movie, it's so silly that it doesn't really matter. Like if you're going to watch the movie for the plot, you gotta like you gotta get a grip.
I think it's striking the same itch in your brain as like white people clapping when the airplane comes down.
Yeah.
Or like the clapping when the roller coaster's over.
No, I think what it's scratching in my head is like I'm imagining like it's Wicked.
Oh.
But it's probably Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wicked's good though.
Well, I'm saying I know Wicked's good, like a real good movie that you should actually sit and pay attention to. People like singing in the theater.
Oh.
Like belting it out in the theater.
Like the Taylor Swift people on the plane.
Yes, but I'm sure Rocky Horror Picture Show, like if it's built into the movie, it's probably fine. And
yeah, it's built into the culture surrounding the movie.
Yeah, so maybe it's fine, but I have my own reservations. I'm not watching that. And too many annoying theater kids have hounded me for it. But the Minecraft movie also coincided with a McDonald's Minecraft meal.
The marketing campaign.
Flint and meal. Flint and meal.
Flint and corn meal.
Yeah, it was good. We went to McDonald's.
You actually had it?
No, I didn't have it, but
you have the premiere review.
Yes, our friend of the pod, first time ever dropping his name, Ernesto. He got it and he recorded himself getting it. No, it's actually really funny. He actually didn't get it now that I'm thinking about it. But he went. He was like, "Could I have the Minecraft meal?" And they were like, "Yeah, man, we're out."
Oh.
And he was like,
"How are you out of the Minecraft?"
He was like, "Oh, come on." He was like, "Can I just get 20 chicken nuggets and can you give me like the toy?" And also, you got any nether sauce? And he was like, yeah, man, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
And so he ate it in his car and filmed the mukbang for us. It was very funny. The nether sauce, I've heard, is just like sriracha. It just tastes like sriracha.
That's funny.
Which is pretty dope. And I think he got the potion. He didn't get the grimace egg. Blake got the
What's the potion?
They give you a toy.
Oh, it's a toy. I thought it was like they throw like
the grimace potion.
Yeah, they throw the nether sauce inside like a milkshake.
The grimace potion at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
No, our friend Blake did get the grimace egg though, which is the rarest toy you can get, and it's just a purple egg with Grimace's face on it.
And if you like try to pick it up, it teleports somewhere else.
You got to use a torch to get it.
Yeah, real heads get that.
Real heads
reference.
know.
Yeah. I feel like McDonald's is usually like pretty on par in terms of its like brand activations.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Its sponsorship deals, because you got like the musical artists who do the sponsorships with them.
Travis Scott
meal. I think there was a Sweetie meal.
Sweetie meal?
Saweetie, the rapper. S.A. Weedy.
Nah, bro.
Okay.
That's one of the first ones I missed.
Yeah. There's like, I know there was a brand activation they did on like a Kai Cenat stream when John Cena was on. They were talking about the McChicken while John Cena's just randomly dropping like crazy good life advice.
What was it? It was the Chicken Big Mac.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Hey, shout out to the McDonald's marketing team, because they know how to
ball
with the kids. Like especially like, we weren't doing this podcast when the Grimace Shake was a big thing.
Yeah.
But that like popped off.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was a huge trend.
I ended up getting the Grimace Shake. It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah. It tasted like sweet in a good way and not in a bad way. Because sometimes there's too sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, they embrace like the TikTok trend of, the people dying for drinking the Grimace Shake.
Dude, I'm gonna be vulnerable on the podcast for a minute. When that trend was happening, I saw there was somebody made like an animation of Grimace as like a little baby Grimace. And he's just like a little nugget looking thing. And he's like, why is everybody drinking the thing and dying?
Aww.
This is my I wanted you guys to come to my birthday. And I'm not joking, I cried. Like, I bawled my eyes out crying because I thought that was the saddest thing ever.
I think I saw that post.
Yeah, man,
it was pretty sad.
Yeah, it's messed up. Whoever animated that, you're sick, man. You're twisted.
You're sick and evil. But hey, now McDonald's is making a deeper drive into your subconscious.
The Grimace Shake hit me on every range of emotions. It was not okay. I've been marketed to.
Yeah.
I never got it though.
It tasted like it was like fruity, but it was sweet.
Oh, okay.
It was like good.
Sure.
It was pretty solid.
What else has McDonald's had? I feel like we're missing something.
I feel like we're missing some big things, but
yeah.
it's there's ever since we've been kids, it's like the big movies that come out in the box office always go to McDonald's first. It's like they pair with the Happy Meal, and it's like, dude, you can get Iron Man from the Avengers movie as your toy. You can get Shrek. And Shrek will say...
Is there a new Shrek movie in development? There has to be.
There is. Shrek 5 is in development. Wow. It was getting a little bit of light backlash, because they changed the animation style a little bit.
Bro, we're never going to get a new IP ever again.
Yeah, I think...
or sequel...
Mm-hmm.
Sequel gate forever. Have we talked about sequels before on the podcast? I feel like we talked about it very early on.
We definitely did, because I know like episode 2 or episode 3, we ended up talking about the MCU a lot.
We talked about Marvel forever.
Yeah,
but... Yeah, no, to reiterate, there's no new IP. It is hard to, it's hard to justify. It is expensive. It's untested. They don't know if it'll make money or not. So the only things that are ever getting approved from these studios are are just sequels. Kung Fu Panda 800.
Yeah. Dude, Kung Fu Panda 4 was so bad.
Bro.
It made me so sad.
It's so sad because Kung Fu Panda 1, incredible movie.
Banger.
Kung Fu Panda 2, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Kung Fu Panda 3, better than 2.
Yeah. Not as good as 1.
Not as good as 1.
Yeah.
And then there's the Kung Fu Panda
4.
No, there's the Kung Fu Panda Netflix show.
Oh, the Cartoon Network show, Legends of Awesomeness.
There was that, and then there's another one on Netflix where it's all like baby pandas, like like kids that are like running around, and then Kung Fu Panda 4, and they're all buns. They're all terrible, bro. It sucks.
Dude, they love extending out the IP as long as they can until they end up burning.
Beating that dead horse for real.
I mean, like, ultimately every movie is a risk, especially now that you're putting in like $300 million for your blockbusters. I think the biggest commercial fail recently was the movie Electric State that you've never heard of.
Bro, no, I have heard
You've
of it.
heard of the Electric State?
Yes, because it's the only thing I get ads on about YouTube.
Oh.
Grab a handful of peanuts and see Mr. Peanuts in the Electric State. Bro, I'm so glad you mentioned this because I feel like I've been going crazy. No one talks about it. I've never seen it come out. I've never seen any like media about it except for the ads. Why?
Because it is a Netflix movie.
Oh my god.
It has Chris Pratt in it, and it has Millie Bobby Brown, and it was directed by the Russo brothers, who did Captain America: Winter Soldier and Captain America: Civil War and Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame, and also The Gray Man. You haven't heard of The Gray Man.
No, sir.
The Gray Man is a random action movie they made with Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. And you'd be like, dang, the people who made Avengers made a movie with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, and I haven't heard of it. No one has. But yeah, box office dud. It's actually it's funny because...
why is Mr. Peanut in it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, Alex! I was hoping that you were gonna give me so much catharsis on this.
I can't provide the answers to that. The only answers I can provide is that it was a box office dud. It had a literal $300 million budget. I think it's made like 50, because it had like a limited release in theaters and then it went to Netflix. But absolutely critically panned. Like people are saying, it's one of the worst movies that they've seen in forever.
I'm gonna commit a cardinal sin. I'm going to pull my phone out on the podcast because I want to continue, by the way. I'm going to look something up.
Yeah. The Russo brothers, and the funny thing about this is, so they're coming back in order to direct Avengers Doomsday, which Avengers Doomsday actually had a kind of cute marketing campaign thing where they had like a 5-6 hour live stream going on Twitter and YouTube and things like that, where they did like slow little cast reveals for everyone who's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. And all the X-Men are coming back. Like, they got Rebecca Ramin in that movie. They got Alan Cumming, who's going to be playing Nightcrawler from the old movies. They got Kelsey Grammer, who's going to be playing Beast from the original X-Men movies. Like,
is Nightcrawler going to be in it?
Yeah.
Oh, we back. Oh, we back.
It is all the old X-Men. So people are thinking they're doing like an Avengers versus X-Men thing, which might be cool.
That could be really cool.
But also, it's, again, the nostalgia thing where ultimately...
Do they have Professor X? Did he die?
He did multiple times. He died in...
No, I meant like the guy.
Oh, no. Patrick Stewart's still alive.
Let's go.
It's really funny because Professor X has died, I think, like 4 times in the movies. He died in X-Men The Last Stand. He got killed by Jean Grey. He died in Logan 2017, which was a really...
Okay, yeah. That movie was really good.
It was really good.
But then they were like, oh, bro, we
gotta bring him back.
Yeah,
dude.
we need money, so...
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Mm-hmm. And Deadpool and Wolverine was good, but it did sour Logan a little bit because it's like, bro, he's the samurai going out on his sword.
Why wasn't there more movie theater merch for the Minecraft movie? Because that seems like their new...
Like, why wasn't there a popcorn bucket?
Like a popcorn bucket or like a potion drink like cup thing. Because that seems like their new motive.
Yeah.
Or like their new...
revenue source?
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
Like the Dune bucket that looks like you can stick a you-know-what in it.
I don't know why we haven't seen that, because movie theaters are famously not, like, profitable, really.
Yeah.
They all go out of business because, like, they don't make back the money on their tickets. That's why you pay $1 million for concessions. So, like, popcorn buckets have started to bring back actual revenue for movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like there definitely was. I think there was, like, a Creeperhead popcorn bucket. I'm not 100% certain.
Okay. So maybe it just wasn't... culture didn't pick it up.
Yeah, but the culture did pick up the Minecraft movie, which is...
Heck yeah. No, what I pulled my phone out to look at was I saw someone talking about how America has had the #1 movie every year since, like, movies. What we do, we export, as a country, we export, like, guns and, like, movies and culture. And that's it. Like, media.
The 3 important things.
Yes, sir. And for the first year ever, it looks like we are probably going to lose it. And we're going to lose it to China because China released this animated movie. It is I'm probably butchering this. Ninja 2. Which is, it's a sequel to the first one. It's an animated movie. It looks sort of like a Pixar movie. And it's supposed to be like a Chinese folklore kind of thing. I don't know how well it would translate to Western audiences, but it did stupid numbers. It is.
How much we talking?
It made $2.1 billion, and it only showed in China.
That's insane.
Or I think there's a few places it's been shown in America.
That is pretty insane because I feel like that's higher than Endgame, right?
Yeah, it's like up there. It's like it almost beat, or it didn't almost beat Avatar, but it's in like that space for sure.
That's insane.
Yes, one of the highest grossing movies ever.
Look up how much money Avengers Endgame made in the box office because I feel like it's if it wasn't creeping around 2 million, like it's close. It's there. That's crazy that China's doing that.
Endgame made $2.7 billion worldwide.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's not, but like in terms of like domestic box office, technically, that is by far the number one movie.
Yeah, because it
time.
didn't really show. It showed in like a few theaters across like America, but other than that, it was just in China.
Dude, it's doing like Gone with the Wind numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so we are on track if we don't put out something like truly like you know like culture shifting. We are slated to lose the record, which doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything aside from
which doesn't mean anything.
Cultural confidence.
Yeah,
really,
but I thought it was interesting, and that's like one of the only things I know about movies. I want to watch the movie really bad.
What the
Nija, Nija 1 and 2.
I've heard it's like actually like pretty good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people wouldn't be seeing it.
Obviously,
I guess, but I've heard it's.
I don't know how well it would translate to like a Western audience, but I'm interested for sure.
Bro, we're gonna find it. We're gonna watch it with English subtitles, and we're gonna report back with the review.
That would be fun
at some point.
I like that. Throw that on in call.
Exactly. Another thing I know about box office as it relates to China, actually, and I'm glad that we brought this up, is apparently China is considering not allowing U.S. movies to be screened there anymore.
But we make so many movies for them.
That's the thing. That's the thing. If
like every Jason Statham movie.
Yeah. This is coinciding with tariffs. Yeah. Massive cultural like posturing between the U.S. and China right now, where I think we have like 104% tariff on China for goods, which is that's not a real number.
I love Chinese netizens, so it's okay.
Yeah. I think, hey,
we will cultural exchange. There's no tariff on SMS messaging.
Hey, you want to know the greatest cultural exchange that happened recently?
What?
Did you see the iShowSpeed tour through China?
Yes,
dude.
Yes,
dude. Speed is single-handedly reversing so much propaganda.
It's true.
It's kind of nuts.
I mean, I watched some of the streams. They were great, man. He just looked like he was having such a good time, and he was. Like Chinese people were so nice to him, and he was so nice to Chinese people. It was nice to see, man.
Yeah.
In such a like divided, I guess social and economic like landscape now.
Yeah.
It was nice to just see people hanging out, and like I mean, Speed's like dumb as a bag of rocks. He doesn't know what's going on.
But he
just does like
athlete.
Yeah, he just does like backflips over cars and stuff, which is awesome. He eats like some super spicy noodles. China gave him like a super forever 10-year passport or visa rather, which was very funny.
I mean, hey, him coming to China, I feel like is worth immeasurable amounts of like not only marketing dollars, but like in terms of gaining cultural respect from Americans and like cultural sympathy from Americans. Like,
absolutely,
because he's always looking like he's in the middle of a Family Guy cutaway.
Yeah, he does.
It's kind of crazy.
That's his whole life is sort of a Family Guy cutaway, which is very funny.
Yeah.
No, he got like the newest like super gaming phone he got in China, which is very silly looking.
I saw they gave him like a super cool car.
Yeah.
Like it's super souped up, and they're like, this is what you can get if you go to China.
Yeah. He got to see a lot of the Chinese vehicles, which are cool. I think Chinese EVs are dope. I would buy one if it wasn't $800,000.
Well, hey, and now it's going to be $170,000.
Yeah.
Or $1.7 million.
It's true.
Because tariffs are blowing everything up. But what the point I was mentioning with the movies thing is if movies stop being able to get screened in China, we can't have these $300 million budgets. The MCU will fall.
Really?
Like big box office as we know it is so contingent on getting these international dollars in order to get any sorts of like profit to where we're going to see a bunch of restructuring in terms of these studios, or Hollywood just might collapse, like low key. It's kind of insane. We're definitely in a state of economic uncertainty, and I called it, by the way, on the cost of living thing that we're coming into a recession.
Yeah,
we called it.
Yeah, we called it.
We called it. It's totally like the signs weren't there or anything.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised that it is the lead is being I guess I'm not surprised the lead is being taken by China, at least, movies so far.
Mm-hmm.
I always figured it was going to be Bollywood that ended up like, dethroning Hollywood eventually, just because I mean it is wildly popular, but it's so like I don't know anyone really that watches Bollywood like that I know. I mean, I don't really know that much about Bollywood either. But it's so interesting because it's like
India's an interesting case.
It's like half musical, like everything is like half musical, half like dance piece. But it's also like supposed to be like a serious movie, not like a play or like a thing. I don't know. It's very strange. It's like a blend that I've never seen.
It very
before.
much strikes to their cultural like sensitivities and what they're a fan of, which might not translate the most to current audiences, especially because every musical is hiding the fact that it's a musical, so it wouldn't really play well in American markets. Wicked was the only one that wasn't hiding that it was a musical, but like Joker 2 was hiding it.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, don't make me think about that. Don't make me think about that.
I saw it for the first time. Worst movie ever. It's actually insane. I feel like it's early, so there are other musicals that were coming out where it's like, oh, there's songs in this.
Yeah,
that's great. Oh, Mean Girls last year. Because they were doing an adaptation of the musical version of Mean Girls, and they were like not showing any of the songs and any of the things. Like you have a little clip of
like all the promotional material was like this is a movie. This is not a musical.
Yep.
Wow.
Like there was a little clip where you saw Renee Rapp playing Regina George, and she does the "My name is Regina George," and that's the only like singing part that they have in the entire promotional material.
Why do you think they're doing that? Because if they're doing that, if multiple movies are doing that, then it's got to be a tactic, right?
It's okay.
Why do we hate musicals? Well, that's seemingly we like musicals.
So why do we hate musicals is sort of the answer to the question. Is a lot of Americans are like babies over musicals. They think they're for kids. And they're not really that interested in going to see a movie that's a musical. It doesn't really hit on general audiences who just want to see like a for lack of a better word, normal movie. So if they hide it in the marketing material, they're like, okay, we can squeeze some extra money out of people who
Is it really are they really that desperate?
I guess so. Which like it's also a bad strategy because when you go to see the movie and then you see the music in the movie, it's like okay,
yeah, doesn't that
it's going to deter you anyways. Like I know specifically when Mean Girls was coming out last year, a lot of people walked out in the middle of the movie. Like,
really?
Like a lot of people were walking out, or like they hear the first song that happens.
No way.
And they're like groaning or whatever in the theater.
Yeah.
So it's.
I got no beef with musicals. I just got beef that show up to see musicals. I got beef with.
You got beef with theater kids,
dude. I do.
Hey, it's crazy how far we've came because I feel like I'm pretty theater kid.
Yeah.
But we make it work.
Yeah, I used to go to theater camp. I was a theater kid.
I didn't know this. What?
Yeah.
What? You never told me this. I feel like.
Oh, not really. I used to go to theater camp for like it was like a summer camp. And I went for like I think multiple years, like 4 years, 5 years, something like that. But I'm not a theater kid.
You reject it with all your soul.
Yeah, I mean, I went because like my friends went, and I thought it was fun and interesting. But I don't think I have that kind of like theater kid soul inside me. I don't like I don't really know too many musicals, nor do I like go or see shows like theater shows or anything. But I got no smoke with musicals. I think it's fine if they're good. I got smoke with the people that show up to see them. I think singing in the theater is
punishable by death.
Yes, bro. You should be sent to the gallows on some real spill. Real spill, you should be sent to the gallows. It makes me very upset. But I feel like, why wouldn't you if you want theater experience is so important. This is what the Minecraft movie has taught me. Is that it actually just does not matter what you put on the screen. It actually just does not matter what you put on the screen. It's about the theater experience more than anything else. I just don't like the theater experience. That's why I didn't go. Right? That's the barrier for me. But why would you like intentionally like sacrifice your theater experience, just like absolutely obliterate your theater experience if you are showing a musical, instead of just leaning into it in the promotional material and be like, this is a musical, show up, sing, bro. Show up, sing, be annoying, but all you guys are going to be together, so it's okay.
I think the idea behind it is the people who are into musicals are already going to show up. They're a little bit more of a stable audience, especially because it's like definitely a niche form of entertainment. And if there's like a big musical that's getting an adaptation, like Mean Girls came from a Broadway musical. Wicked obviously came from a Broadway musical. There's other stuff that's been coming out, like In the Heights, I guess, which had people show up.
Is that what's it called? Is Lin-Manuel Miranda in that?
That was the thing he made before Hamilton.
Dude.
Yeah.
That guy.
When they make a Hamilton movie.
That guy's so funny.
When they make an actual Hamilton movie, I feel like that's going to do like insane numbers at the box office.
I probably know like 90% of the songs still in my brain.
Yeah.
Like
it was literal cultural homogeny. Like
I was on that shit early too, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was.
How early?
I was in 7th grade, like beginning of 7th grade.
You beat me.
I was on there super early.
Yeah, because I started getting into it 8th grade, which would have been 2016.
Everybody,
something like that.
Yeah, I already moved on. When I was in 7th
okay.
I was in 7th grade and I was on it super hard, and I was telling everybody, I was like, yo, like this is actually really cool. Like, yo, they made like a Broadway musical where they rap. Isn't that so dope? And it's about like, U.S. history, which is like kind of interesting. In like a normal way and not in like a I like World War II too much kind of way.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like, yeah, even all like my theater friends were like, and then next year comes out,
they're like, Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, they're like, and then it's 2016, so now I've evolved. I'm listening to SoundCloud. I'm past this.
And you've evolved out of your theater phase.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so funny, like growing up with Hamilton being. It's such an Obama administration thing, Hamilton.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like anytime that they mention like the founding fathers or like the Federalist Papers or like Alexander Hamilton himself or Aaron Burr, everyone would be like, "Yo, that's like the guy. That's the guy from The Thing."
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. It made history class. It's how you engage people. It's how you engage the students because the youth is cooked.
Just a bit.
A little bit. They don't know how to read.
They are kind of dumb, but it's okay. I'm trying to believe that the kids are all right. And that everyone's going to be okay.
I'm hoping their souls are fine, but
their souls I think are intact. Their minds are maybe
a little scattered, a little melted.
They could be.
That's why I like the theater experience because I think we all spend too much time on our phones.
Always on that Gerstern
phone. And the theater experience gives me a good like 2-3 hours where I can sit in a theater and I'm not on my phone.
And absorb a piece of long form media. And
I feel my brain cells like growing back like slightly.
They're healing.
The only way to do it better would be to read a book, but it's
what am I? What am I, a monk?
Yeah. It's crazy we're in college and we're scared of books, but
I like reading.
I like reading. I like reading.
You don't. No, you don't. What do you read?
I've read a couple articles from like the Financial Times.
You gotta die, bro.
And Business Insider.
I guess that's actually it's nonfiction reading for pleasure. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you, but it's close. Don't push your luck.
I've read a couple comic books, which don't really count.
They don't count either.
They're for 10-year-olds, but it's
that's
okay.
True. But I also like those, so not too much.
So we're the same.
A little bit. Yeah.
I feel like there was a way we got on this path. What were we talking about?
Theater experience, movies.
Tariffs are gonna kill Hollywood. I want to go a little more into India because you were talking about Bollywood might end up usurping.
Yeah, I wish we had somebody that like knew more about Bollywood right now. I would like to ask them about it.
I don't know enough about like India as a whole, but it's my understanding based on the population size that they have there because India is the largest country on the planet in terms of like population size?
Yeah, I think they passed China.
Yeah. So it's big three, America, China, India potentially in the future, where India, if they financially, like the thing that puts China ahead of us is they just have like
command economy.
So much money and command economy and all the things like that. India still has to sort of work that out and figure out how to be like a global superpower in terms of like finance and just
Probably.
culture and money. But then we might be kind of toast.
I don't know what's going on in India. I know they're part of BRICS, which is what it's BRICS.
BRICS is
It's China, India, Russia's in BRICS.
Russia's
right?
in BRICS. There's a few other countries.
There isn't is South Africa in there? No.
That might be the S.
Really? I think maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, sorry, we're not. We don't know anything.
We're not experts on foreign policy,
but yeah, Bollywood's very interesting. I wish we had somebody here that knew a little bit more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Next time we get a guest on that knows about Bollywood, I'm going to ask them a billion questions about it that are going to be completely off topic. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. Are we at time? I feel like we're at time.
We might be at time. What time are we looking at?
It's 10:11.
10:11. I can finish up by talking about ICC for the last
time.
Yeah,
we were supposed to talk about that a lot.
About that a little more. ICC, there were a bunch of different competitions. There was the t-shirt competition, which we ended up placing third in. There was the website competition, which we've been doing throughout the entire year. We got first place in that.
That was big news.
Shout out
Big Haley.
Shout out Big Haley. Shout out Remy. Shout out everybody who worked on that
website
for us. Everybody who made our website awesome and had us win that competition. We got a couple honorable and outstanding mentions for a few different competitions. I think Case got either an honorable or an outstanding mention for that competition.
For working with Adobe, right?
Yeah, for working with Adobe. I don't know all the details about that, but we ended up doing pretty well. And then ICC also just had like a bunch of smaller competitions where it was there was the perfect pitch competition, which is it is the competition that you do at ICC where you go up on a stage for 90 seconds and you make your little pitch based on I think a prompt that they give you or something like that.
Oh yeah. This is like a DECA thing.
Yeah,
I've done this.
Yeah, and then maybe you make it to day 2, maybe you don't. Maybe you get like 5 sentences or get like 2 sentences out, and then you completely freeze on stage, and you have to be up there for another like 40 seconds.
Rookie.
We had a few different people who did that. We didn't end up placing in that, but it's okay. I was thinking about doing that, but I didn't.
You'd be good for that.
I probably would, but I was like, I don't know. I was feeling my travel jitters, like not jitters, but like my travel bug, where I'm like, I'm out doing things, and then I want to go back to the hotel.
Real.
Yeah. But ICC was super nice. There were a bunch of presentations across the different days. They had like different presentations. We had there was a skill up session where you got to talk with someone from Deloitte Digital.
What is Deloitte? Is that like one of the big consultancy firms?
Yeah, they sort of do like everything.
Yeah.
And they were one of the big sponsors of ICC.
Okay.
But I had a nice little one-on-one conversation with this lady who does consulting, and she was like, "Yeah,
did you get on your hands and knees and beg for a job?"
I was thinking
spiritually,
about it,
I did that.
But hey, I finally got my next meeting with the Cleveland Cavaliers thing. So
big update.
Hopefully.
My mom was telling me about her friend who is like searching for a job right now. Drop some free sauce. She's been using this website called welcometothejungle.com.
Ooh.
Which is like supposed to be like a new age like place to go get jobs.
Like recruiting site?
I don't know. I think you can search jobs like really specifically. Like you put a billion tags in for jobs.
Interesting.
And find things. It was pretty interesting. I have it open. I've like I don't know. I think I've been on the homepage. I think that's it. I don't think I've left it. But
interesting.
That was interesting. Also, what I was saying is my mom's friend who's been like interviewing for this thing is in like round 6 of interviews and stuff. Just pull the trigger on my head, bro.
Yeah, I'm technically in round 3 because it was initial interview, second interview with different guy. He connected me to this guy who I'm talking with on Tuesday, I think. And then hopefully I get slid a job offer. Hopefully,
definitely
that would be very nice. But ICC, I'll make it brief because we're definitely pushing towards time. Day 1 had a keynote speaker who is the owner of the not the owner, but one of the head guys in charge of the what is it? Is it the Vikings?
Oh,
it was something. He was a player. He was a player who won a Super Bowl. And now he's the head of one of the football teams.
That's cool.
Which is super cool. And he gave a nice little speech about like how they do marketing, how they do that sort of thing. We had the guy who's the announcer for the New Orleans Saints talk about like he's also like one of the marketing heads for the city of New Orleans. He was talking about the experience of, marketing the city, trying to get people more interested in tourism, especially with like the things that have been happening in the city. So that was super cool. ultimately
they've had some troubles for sure.
They did have that shooting, which was pretty not cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a bunch of sessions, there were a bunch of speakers. We got to choose the ones that we attended. We had a couple that were required because they were flying us out. Like our chapter was flying us out. If we got a certain amount of points, they were like, you have to show up to this, you have to show up to this, you have to show up to this.
You had a couple mandatory workshops.
Exactly. But
how were those?
They were still pretty good.
Okay.
Like I was a fan of them. One of them was about the importance of emotional intelligence.
Oh.
And it was a guy who looked like he was coming in after the worst day ever, and he was just talking about it like the whole time. He was like, "Yeah, my morning kind of sucked, but we're here, we're talking, we're chatting with each other.
That's funny.
We're keeping stuff going."
There needs to be a workshop on the social contract. I want to give that workshop so bad with the pointer. I'm sorry, I'm derailing.
Yeah. It was either Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday, where it was my favorite day of the entire thing because it was all of the top chapters from like across the nation. Like the people who run the chapters, like the students, got to host little sessions being like, yeah, this is what our chapter does well.
Oh, that's cool.
This is what our chapter does for this and this and this and this. And it was cool hearing like perspectives from people.
Yeah, that's free sauce.
It was free sauce. And low-key, it made me more interested in reaching out and connecting to a few other chapters. Like we might have some leadership from some other chapters local to our area pull up and then do that. Maybe in the coming weeks we'll see that. But I know the California people had some interesting perspectives on like membership and things like that. I ended up talking to them about that because there was a session about Marketing Week, and they were talking about like, Marketing Week is cool because it brings in a bunch of people, and then it's hard to retain those members necessarily because you know, they come in and then they show up to one event and then
you gotta hook them on. You gotta hook them on something.
Yeah. But there were a bunch of cool chapters there. It was nice. I made a few LinkedIn connections, less than I should have, but more than
if I didn't go.
More than if I didn't go.
True.
So that was super nice. And ICC overall, I wish I got the opportunity to be in AMA a bit longer because as much as I love podcast, I would have ended up. If this was like my sophomore year that I was here doing this, I would have gotten so much more involved in the membership like aspect of our club.
Yeah, you like membership committee?
I have so many ideas about membership now.
Free sauce for membership committee.
Bringing people in because it's like, bro, why is marketing not making posters for membership to post in the dorms to promote the club?
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that?
That makes sense.
Like I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, ICC was fun. That's about all I have to say about it. It was fun. It was nice being on.
Sorry, I'm thinking about what you were talking about.
Go for it.
Do we actually not have any promotional material? Like, not even necessarily in all dorms, but especially in Endeavor. Isn't that like the business LLC?
I don't believe
LLC,
we.
Sorry, I'm thinking about my notes that I did yesterday.
I think it is an LLC. It's a living learning community.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so I was right.
Yeah. I don't think we have any promotional material that's targeted at like residential students, which feels like a missed opportunity. So
I mean, I guess we are a commuter school, but still, it should at least be an Endeavor.
Yeah, I think
the business LLC.
I think if we definitely should in the freshman dorms. Definitely. And
if anyone's listening to this from membership committee, this is free. Bring it up to your bring it up to one of the committee heads. I swear to God, you'll get a promotion.
Yeah, I already talked about it to Annika. And,
you know what? Never mind. Like, not your idea.
Yeah,
your idea.
Well, and she was like, I'm graduating, so that's for the next person. So yeah, but it's about time for us to start getting back on the clock, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode where we talked about movies and also ICC and also China and also a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Show up to our general body meeting.
And the Minecraft movie, Chicken Jockey.
Oh, we did talk about the Chicken Jockey.
Yeah.
Show up to our general body meeting in BSN 225 every Tuesday at 4:45 p.m. That is in BSN 225. That's the Moon College of Business at 4:45 p.m. every single Tuesday. We're gonna have people there talk about things, guest speakers, all that jazz. You can meet us. You can learn how to potentially step in our shoes because ultimately we are graduating, so we're hiring for the director of podcasts and a bunch of other roles. Get involved in AMA. Follow our Slack in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week for next week's episode. Bye-bye.